Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another week of Smart Money Sundays. We're going to go ahead and get right into everything, guys. It's going to be a relatively short video today, as really not a lot has changed from kind of what we talked about on Monday of last week. Still looking at very similar kind of narratives across the board. I'm going to touch upon the majors. I'm not going to be talking about the yen pairs whatsoever. They're all kind of disgusting and in somewhat higher time frame ranges at the moment. So we won't be discussing the yen pairs. I would just stay away from those until we get some clearer trend direction. But on EURUSD, obviously higher time frame, we are still, dollar weakness is still on the cards here, right? This momentum to the upside after having traded into kind of a monthly area of demand, right? Within this previous high, you can see we traded right into that and have reversed from there. All right, and so personally, I'm going to continue to look to buy EURUSD until trend breaks, right? And so the natural area of focus should be our down close, higher low that produced our higher high. All right, we want to get down into that, and if you think about it logically, right, you have this area of consolidation, you have what retail would say a breakout, retest, you run the low here one more time, and boom, you create a new higher high. Right, so it's just a matter of getting down into discount, right? And it's really the same levels that we talked about last week, 1.06, 1.0550, getting down into discounted price for another continuation to the upside. Right, and I'm really looking at kind of 1.11 up in here as our higher time frame objective, right? So continuing to treat retracements as excuses to buy into our objective of 1.11. All right, lower time frame wise, right, you can see that we're kind of channeling to the upside. You can see with this bit of a trend line here, right, touch, touch, touch. We're just channeling up and chopping around on the lower time frames, right? And a lot of you might be looking at this candle here. It does look good, right? We do have the kind of relative equal highs here, the buy to sell, the nice doji supply. But we've never broken structure. We haven't even taken out lower time frame structure yet, right? So if we have this manipulation, this kind of buy to sell, and we broke this structure, right? We broke this demand, I would have been more so intrigued to look to kind of take opportunities counter trend on reduced risk, trading back down into our POI. But that hasn't happened yet. It still could happen, right? We still could respect this candle here, right? Maybe run the high a little bit and then break, and that's fine. Perhaps if we have enough room, we can look to sell down into, right, our objectives down here, right, where we're going to be looking for that more highly probable buying opportunity. All right, so that's kind of my outlook on EU. Again, not a lot has changed there since a few days ago, so keep those levels marked off. GBPUSD, right, we're kind of creating that double top now, and it's really the same deal. Right, we had the market structure here. We had the relative equal lows, or actually perfectly equal lows. Right, dip below it, kind of consolidate, accumulate, have that last sell to buy, break higher. Right, so it's just a matter of, again, getting down into discount, in my opinion, with the pound being extremely bullish and with the dollar being extremely weak. Really want to just see discounted price for that continuation higher. Right, 1.2 into 1.193. That's going to be the buy zone in here. Right, discount continuation, especially if we kind of create that new high relative to this high, firmly break, this would be our new trading range in here. See that retracement and continuation. All right, so again, same deal on GU. And we could, potentially see a higher time frame retracement, getting back down into some of these old levels that I still have marked off. And that's okay. All right, just an overall higher time frame retracement that, if we kind of see some dollar strength more than expected enter into the market, then we could be looking at further discounted levels down here. But for the time being, I'm looking to trade off this kind of lower time frame, higher low, higher high, retracement, another higher low for another higher high. All right, very simply following the trend. All right, AUDUSD is the same deal. All right, and we have you'll recall, our 1 hour down close down in here that we want to get down into, right? A nice discount, down close, inefficient pricing created with this big bullish engulfing. I want to get down into that, especially now the fact that we have very clean relative equal lows here, right, as a potential draw on liquidity while simultaneously mitigating the down close. All right, and so while I would certainly recommend erring on the side of caution, exercising caution when, if you're looking at this area for sells, right, it all depends on your risk tolerance and your risk appetite, right? I personally am not looking to place a limit here, but I will be watching price action around this area 7030, right, as a potential counter trend opportunity, especially if we kind of distribute on the lower time frames, have that lower time frame buy to sell, and then take it on something like a New York session open continuation lower, right, into our pool of liquidity here and into our higher time frame POI, where we should be looking for continued longs. All right, so this is certainly on the cards, and it's completely up to you if you want to place a limit there, right, and take on that inherent risk or that additional risk. Otherwise, it wouldn't be bad to just kind of watch and see how price reacts around that area for a potential reduced risk counter trend trade. All right, USDCAD has traded into that area of supply that I talked about, right? And we didn't really see much manipulation, not a lot of kind of momentum after having traded into this area. And so I'm still not necessarily ruling out a potential run higher into this POI into maybe 1.3600, right? But we have had a significant follow through on Friday of last week, right? And so I'm really going to be looking at this in two ways. Right, this is going to be my first focal point, this kind of intraday supply that was created with this consolidation, the buy to sell, right, just simply getting back up into that, right, for a continuation. Or if we do decide to run higher, then great, we're going to look to sell it at further premium pricing, right, up into 1.3600, and we'll get a better risk to reward and catch more pips as we look to target our higher time frame POI, 1.3050. Right, getting back down into here, following this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low sequence down into discount, where we're then going to be looking for accumulation to buy into our higher time frame equal highs. Okay, so that is USDCAD. We have an intraday POI right in here, intraday POI, and we have a kind of an additional higher time frame POI should we make another run on the highs. Swissy, USD Swiss franc, obviously caught the beautiful sell that was given out for free a couple of weeks ago with this up close, hit take profit to the T. You can see that last kind of sell to buy, right? And then we consolidate, and we have another sell to buy. Now we are trading into lower time frame supplies, so this thing could very easily spill over, but at the same time you could make a case for potential counter trend, right? Looking to buy this thing. Can't remember the time frame I was looking at. Perhaps the 10-minute. Yep, 10-minute. Now you can see the down close here, the manipulation, sell to buy, right? The consolidation, engineering of liquidity, that sell to buy, running out these lows, trading into our down close here, right? So this very well could play out, right, as kind of an intraday counter trend opportunity. All right, time and price is going to need to be a big factor on this mitigation here, as well as if you just simply want to wait and see what type of reaction we get in a lower time frame accumulation, break a structure, obviously that increases the probability of success. Right, but that's going to be an interesting level to watch. See how price reacts at 91663 on USD Swiss franc for an intraday trade, probably into 9250. All right. EURGBP. All right, this is one that we wanted to trade into our higher time frame POI for a long time, right? In and around 8,900. And we were looking at this last week, remember, as a bit of distribution, right? Looking for that last up thrust into our POI before we sold off. Well, we didn't quite tap into that POI, right? And that's okay. That happens sometimes. We can react and adapt. That's what we do. All right, and so I'm still not going to rule it out in case we do see one more final sweep. So, crazy buy to sell. I've seen that before. Could very easily still trade into that level. So I'm still going to look, should we breach the lower time frame level here? I think 2-hour time frame, which is going to be my first point of interest here at 88327. Right, it's going to be the first area where I'm going to look to sweep out some of this lower time frame liquidity, right, trade into premium for a continuation lower. But should we breach that, then I'd be looking to take additional selling opportunities off of that higher time frame POI. Right, so just because we run away from it and haven't tapped into it doesn't mean something crazy can't happen and we see, some final manipulative push to the upside as an up thrust after distribution. All right, so 8,900 is 8,920 is absolutely still on the cards, but I will be looking to scale into this level here first and foremost. All right, AUDCAD. This is another one, and I kind of want to exercise caution here because a lot of times you'll see this type of lower time frame price action. You see a big sell-off, right, taking out some of these lower time frame levels of demand, and then we just kind of trickle on higher and make a new higher high, right? So just be cautious, but this is absolutely a point of interest that I might be looking to take a hedge position, right, into this up close candle here at 9358. Right, so that's absolutely a potential, but I think if we do kind of breach that area and just continue to trade higher, this will make another higher high, right, along with AUD strength. Okay, so just something to kind of mark off and pay attention to keep on the radar. All right, and kind of for example, as I was just describing, right, you have the lower time frame price action and you have this sell off, and retail traders look at this as, oh, we're gonna we're shifting structure, we're gonna trade lower, when in reality we just sold off and just kind of accumulated and made a new higher high. This is a prime example of that. All right, so EURCAD is another opportunity here. Right, I want to see us kind of dig into this inefficiency. Right, you can see the down close, the manipulation, right, running out internal liquidity. Right, sell to buy. Right, you have a bit of supply to demand flip here. Right, supply, react, mitigate prior down close, right, and continue higher, create a new higher high. So I want to see us dig down into here, really 1.45 into 1.4490 as my first point of interest for continuations higher with this trend and momentum. But should we breach that, our higher time frame level is absolutely still on the cards. So if we do breach lower, then I'd be absolutely welcoming this further discounted price to then take another swing to the upside on EURCAD. All right, so really just these two levels here, they both look pretty good to me. I don't care if I lose this one, then I'll take the next opportunity at this discount, this inefficiency in the down close candle here. All right, and the last one I want to talk about today is GBPNZD. GBPNZD, remember 2 weeks in a row now, I've talked about a swing opportunity arising on this cross, right, with the significant manipulation here, the sell to buy, the break of structure, right, retracing into discount with some significant consolidation, right? And remember, we were talking about, I want to see manipulation first. I want to see us run higher and then run lower and then moon. Okay, and that appears to be what we're doing at the moment, right? You have this kind of channel, this descending channel that we break out of. Every retail trader wants to buy the breakout. We snap back down, take out the low, and then we look for the accumulation to trade higher, right? So again, we have to be patient with this. Kudos to all of you who have been patient with this, keeping it on the radar. This is a massive potential swing opportunity coming together here on GBPNZD. We just need to see the run on sell side and then the break of structure, and then we can feel pretty confident behind taking out this high, right? Hundreds and hundreds of pips here on GBPNZD. All right, so that wraps it up for this week. Typically would be a little bit longer, but I don't want to touch the yen pairs. They're just chopping around and not waving as we would like to see, so there's no point in wasting our time on that or energy or effort trying to force any type of setup. Just let them break out and start trending again, and then we'll start talking about the yen pairs again. All right, hope you guys have a great week. Safe trading. If you want to learn how we do this and you want to take advantage of having an insight into our minds on a daily basis, videos just like these, but even more in depth and intraday opportunities with our daily market breakdown videos, feel free to book a call on our website, aerialfxtrading.com. We'd be happy to kind of walk through our entire mentorship program with you to see if it's the right fit for not only you, but for us, see if we can help you reach your goals with a customized solution. All right, have a great week, guys. Thanks.